Hello, welcome all. Ed Piskor killed himself today. It didn't have to happen, but it happened. I never knew Ed. I watched him on Cartoonist Kayfabe, and him and Jim Brugg. They actually introduced me to a lot of new stuff that it and I never knew existed in indie comics before, especially Outlaw. It pisses me off because there was no proof that he did anything. He was a little creepy. So what? He didn't deserve this. He didn't deserve to be labeled as a fucking predator. The politics in this industry is fucking retarded. It, I just don't understand. I mean, you get into a place of power and then you do this. This is what you do. Does any, is everybody out there? They're like they're so hungry for fucking attention that they'll go ahead and fucking kill somebody like this. What are you fucking crazy? And then people support this because he wouldn't have done it on his own. I mean, they couldn't do it on their own. It took a mob of people to fucking come down on this dude and do this to him. I don't know who you are. You know who the fuck you are. You know who you are. You did this. You fucking bastards. And then there's people trying to clean up their mess too. Like like JDA over there. You know what? I can make Jesus seem like a predator if I put the right inflections on his words in the Bible. And that's exactly what he did. And now he's trying to clean up his mess by shedding a little bit of a tear here and all this kind of bullshit. I just don't get it, dude. I do not fucking get it. I think Ed just wanted to draw comics. And anybody who ever seen Ed on YouTube knows this is going to sound like a knock, but I swear to God, it's not. That he wasn't that he was slightly on the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's guys that have so much talent that they're not socially aware. Like they don't really know. I don't want to say right from wrong because that's not it. They just, I don't know. They're just not socially adequate, I guess, you know, to be able to associate with people. And you can tell by the way his speech patterns can put indicates that. And another question too is where was all of Ed's friends during all of this? Like nobody went ahead, nobody would stand up for him. What, dude? If somebody attacked my friends for that, and they don't have absolute proof, I'm gonna come down on those motherfuckers. I'm a go on the attack. I don't know, dude. Maybe people nowadays have a different interpretation of what it means to have somebody's back. I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't I haven't carried the CG moniker for years now because they started imitating the mainstream. So I stopped. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I just want to I just want to draw my books, draw other people's books and make a living at it. That's it. That's all I want to do. I don't want to do all this other bullshit. And I don't get involved in controversy or any type of political bullshit unless it affects my circle or the people around me. Now, granted, Ed wasn't part of my circle. Hold on one second.
What's up, motherfucker?
Hey, what's up? I'm in the middle of a insane rant, I guess. Ed wasn't part of my circle, but he was in the same
Yeah,
industry.
that's part of it, yeah.
And he had,
Yeah.
like, I see a lot of me and Ed, and a lot of Ed and me, as far as like, we just put our heads down, we do the work. You know what I'm saying? But like I
Yeah,
said,
he
Ed was
was
on a
like a head
spectrum.
down kind of guy.
Yeah. I mean, I can't prove Ed was on the spectrum, but anybody could see that. Anybody who's ever known somebody with a lot of talent could see that he was not socially aware. Is that right, Brian? I mean, you worked with people
Yes.
like this, right?
Yes. Here's the thing. There are a lot of people on the autism spectrum, and that spectrum is all the way from totally non-functional, right, to people that just have a touch of it, right?
That's what I'm saying right there. And
Asperger's, for
they
instance.
don't function well in social environments.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't get social cues. I think that's what you're specifically referring to. They don't get social cues. They also might not understand a joke, for instance. If you tell a joke, they might take what you said literally.
Yeah.
That kind of a thing. I mean, it's very mysterious. I mean, it's a completely different way of looking at the world. Neurodivergent is the current trendy term, but it's just like I think he was somebody who. Well, look, it's just like when people are like, "Man, like you're a real weirdo." I'm like, "Yeah, I make comic books." Yeah, people who make comic books tend to be fucking weirdos.
Well, people
Hello.
don't understand. I don't think a lot of people who read comics don't understand what it takes to make comics and to
No,
be
they
able to
don't.
produce that type of stuff and be that creative. One, you have to
No.
have the right environment. Two, you dedicate all your free time to it. You don't go out and socialize. You don't hang out at bars.
No,
And
it's a very lonely kind of existence.
it's a very, very lonely existence. And Kirby comes to mind Kirby stuck himself in the basement because the shit he had to see in the war. When he came back from the war, he asked people, he never left his basement. How do you think he produced a book a day? You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously.
Those man, he and a lot of those of his peers were fucking workhorses, man. When you look at all the work that they produced, right? And so, yeah, surprise, some of it's a little sloppy here and there. But it's just like these guys are banging out fucking like a book a month, or sometimes even more.
Exactly. Dude, I'm so pissed off right now. I'll be honest with you. Like, I've never been this pissed off in a long time. But what they did in fucking JDA and his bullshit.
That motherfucker. That motherfucker with those crocodile tears.
You want to hold somebody accountable? Hold that motherfucker accountable.
Yeah.
And hold everybody else that fucking did this, because it's bullshit.
He's like the only person in our scene that where I will publicly come out and say he is a piece of shit. The only person I will say that about. He's a piece of shit. And, now he's just like, getting subscriptions and hits and views off of Ed Piskor's fucking corpse. Did
you read like those text messages? Because I was looking for more proof. I didn't see any more proof. I was like, that's what you got? This is what you got. I was like, is this a fucking joke, dude? I was like, you killed this motherfucker over this? I was like, when they said heinous text messages that he was sending, I'm thinking like porno level or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, but this is what you got.
Yeah, something greasy, right? And
it was sleazy, granted. I mean, if anybody from the outside looking at it and not knowing that this motherfucker he's on the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not knowing that, yes, it comes off very, very sleazy. But Drummond, are you fucking kidding me?
I know. I'm actually in a very unusual place to kind of like speak on this because, the situation that I was in when I was trying to sell my house was I had this guy that lived with me that was a hoarder. He wouldn't get his shit out, and he was definitely on the fucking spectrum, right?
Yeah.
And there was this girl in our neighborhood who, I just knew just from the neighborhood, little tomboy, right? I'd be out front like chopping tatami mats, and she'd be like, "Whoa, what you doing?" That kind of thing, right? She spent a lot of time at my place when he was there because she had an abusive mother.
Yeah.
And by abusive, I don't mean physically abusive, but I mean verbally abusive in the most horrific way. Like she would record her mother sometimes when she would go, the shit that she would say and how berserk she would go. And I was like, my God, it's just like, what do you do? Call fucking Department of Social Services? They're going to put her in a fucking foster home. Right?
Jeff
and
has.
She was Asperger's for sure. Right. And so everybody's thinking, oh, like those two freaks, they've got like this little girl coming by their house. Like they must have like some nefarious fucking motives. Not at all. I can say also about my friend, not at fucking all.
Jeff has read Jeff's message. Jeff, I don't think he meant anything by it. Honestly, I think it was the most innocent thing ever.
I think so too.
But like I said, I can make Jesus look like a predator if I put the right inflections on his words in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the way this is coming off. I mean, you're so hungry for attention that you did this. And plus, I got more proof that he was on a spectrum. He fucking killed himself over this shit. That's proof right there.
Yeah.
I mean, this is fucking ridiculous. I mean, but then again, you can blame all these people that came out and put these text messages out and all this. But you know what? A mob isn't one person. A mob is not a one person. You can't have a mob of online bullies with one person. So there's a bunch of people out there saying, oh, he's wrong and all this stupid shit. And that forced him into this. And I get what he was saying. I read his suicide note. I read it. And you know what? He's absolutely fucking right. Like living in a small town with that label on you, it never goes away. It will never fucking go away. You ruin that motherfucker. You had people going to his elderly parents' house. The news going to his parents' house.
That was, look.
You know what? All these people, I'm sorry, Brian, I'm fired up. All these people who went ahead and put his shit out there and threw it out there for him, let's look at their fucking internet history. Let's get a bunch of hackers to hack their shit. I guarantee you they either erase like a motherfucker or they got everything set to private. I guarantee you that.
Can you imagine the fucking skeletons in Alex DeCampi's fucking
let's go back. Let's go back a few years and see what they got. Let's go back. You know what? Yeah, give me access to their phone. Let's see what they got.
Right. Yeah.
No, dude. No, this is bullshit.
No, it is bullshit. It is bullshit. And it's a massive fucking tragedy. And the people who are pillorying him are assholes. And I think really don't realize that. Because here's the thing. Men do not lie when they're about to die.
You know what? Exactly. And you know what? That motherfucker right here, what are you saying right here? Like, he hides behind his Bible. I know so many people that hide behind the Bible. Like, they'll come off and they'll be like, I worked for somebody who honestly thought it was okay to cheat on his wife during the week as long as he made it to church on Sunday so that he can repent. You think I'm lying? I swear to God, I knew somebody like that. And I kept trying to tell him, I was like, dude, I was like, what are you doing?
That's why you feel the way you do about Christianity. I get it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But you know what? I handle religion the same way I handle politics and everything else. I take certain elements out and I throw the rest away. And I'll tell you right now, the reason why I stopped carrying the CG moniker is because they started reflecting the mainstream as far as like stuff they were doing.
Yep.
So I don't know how far off it is from them doing this, but it's got to stop, dude. I mean, come on. What the fuck are you guys doing? You know, is this industry really that boring to where you have to make shit up and go ahead and cancel people? This is ridiculous.
And that's the thing. It's that you know what the worst part of it is for me?
Worst part is he killed himself.
No, the worst part is he killed himself, but I'm saying what led up to that, right? What probably was the greatest blow was his best friend, evidently, and that's
fucking irritating the shit out of me. And everybody's like, oh, poor, I wonder what Jim is saying about this. Why didn't Jim speak up before?
His face again? Is he ever going to be able to show his fucking face again?
No, dude. I don't know, but you know what? Promote your books all you want. I ain't buying shit from you anymore, dude. That's it. You're done, dude. Fuck you. You know what?
Yeah,
I mean,
dead.
what is Marvel that important? You know, I
And
mean,
what's sad? And you know what's sad is the fact that cartoonist kayfabe. We're coming at this. I could tell both from the standpoint of fans of cartoonist kayfabe. That was a fantastic fucking channel, fantastic fucking show.
it was great.
It
It was great. It gave you insight to stuff you don't normally see that wasn't on the shelves. You know what I'm saying? And I loved it. But
It was awesome.
I mean,
It was awesome.
dude,
Awesome.
there was two people on that show, two other people besides Ed.
Yeah,
They had Jim Rugg, and then they had the other guy. You know, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, no, me neither.
But I've never heard. I mean, I don't know, like personally or anything like that. I don't know what kind of problems they were having, but I never heard Ed ever say anything bad about any of them. He always tried to fucking get them work and shit like that, dude. I don't know.
I think it has to do with fear, right? There was like this little incident that happened, like, and I'm just using this as an example, right? Like in Dead by Daylight, somebody was like, the person that did the voice of like one of the monster characters jumps online and is just like, I completely repudiate this thing and I don't want anything to do with it. And I'm so sorry. They fooled. I was just, and everybody's like, what? Because they were doing this in advance of people like looking at the character that they voice and saying, oh, so they got a trans person to represent. That's our representation of a trans person. So they're sort of it's like they're trying to like get ahead of the curve because they're so afraid. The sense of fear is stifling on the internet, man. People are
one second.
terrified, yo.
Check out what Scotsman says.
I think someone once said here on YouTube, as they relentlessly troll and nearly bullied someone to self-delete, we are allowed to have fun on the internet. Yeah, exactly. Fuck that motherfucker. And fuck people that are like him too. And especially the ones that are fucking Bible thumping, man. I would not want to fucking be those motherfuckers.
We are allowed to have fun on the internet. This is what you call fun?
Yeah.
This is what, then there's a bunch of little Dexters out there fucking having fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy.
Life, dude. That's the thing about cancel culture. Once these motherfuckers realized that they could destroy people's lives just by tapping on a fucking keyboard.
Just the rumor of this shit affected Ed in a way financially. His gallery was canceled. You know what I'm saying? Like his comic tours were canceled. The cons were canceled. Everybody bailed on this motherfucker with no proof at all. None. They had nothing to go on except for some creepy ass text messages. That's it. And then they're out of context. You don't know if those text messages were sent before she said she was 17 or whatever. And where I come from what I understand, 17's legal. You can go to jail. You could fucking, I mean,
look,
you can leave your house and never come back at 17 years old.
I think it depends on where you are in the country.
In this part, you can do that. They cannot. I called the cops on my daughter one time. They said I can't do shit. They said she's 17. That's it. I was like, wow. Are you fucking kidding me? You know, that's what they said. That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? I mean,
that's not that way in New York. It's not that way in New York.
But still, you don't know. You don't know when those text messages were sent. They're out of context. There's shit
and then they invent these new
redacted from them. What?
Then they invent these new crimes like grooming. What the fuck is that? Right?
Yeah, that's what Hart was saying. Like Ed's not a publisher.
You're looking inside people's heads, and you're like, oh, this person was setting that person up so they could fuck them maybe 3, 4, 5 years down the road. What?
But that's what I'm saying. Like Ed, what is Ed? What? Oh yeah, I'll put in a good word for you. He's not a publisher. He can't publish your book. He can't get you work. He can't hire you to do work. You see what I'm saying? That's not what he was an artist. He did Red Room. That's what he did. That's it.
I know. Yeah. MC Mark Marianelli eats MCs up like spaghetti. Much respect to you. That's the thing. There are a lot of people. Oh God, it's the thing. When I hear people slamming Christians, I'm just like, I get it. I understand it. You know, because
It's
you know
corrupt,
some-
dude.
some-
This
some
whole thing
fucking
is just a
hypocritical
fucking mess,
motherfuckers.
dude.
And you know what's funny? We had a blackout. We just got hit with a nor'easter here on the East Coast, right? So it's just a big fucking winds and sleet storm that's coming through, right? And we had a blackout, and so I needed to go and kill time. I wasn't going to sit around the fucking dark apartment with my thumb up my ass, right? So one of the places I went was a bookstore. I go to the comic book section. What do I see staring right at me? Dracula, motherfucker, by Alex DeCampi.
Yeah.
Pick it up, turn it over. Big glowing review by Mags Visaggio.
Should just
These
spit in
motherfuckers,
it and
man.
put it back on
These
the shelf.
motherfuckers.
Nobody should carry their books.
Man.
Nobody. You want to have a cancel mob? Go after those motherfuckers.
Yes.
See what happens then.
Yes. French Revolution style, when they started fucking guillotining the people that started the revolution.
You know what? Let's play the glass house game. Let's do that.
Yeah.
If you got shit about motherfuckers, you better open up all of your internet history. I want to see text. I want you to give. Don't delete shit.
We need to see your soul. We need to see your soul. That's what we need to do. We need to look inside you and judge you. Judge and
I fucking hate these motherfuckers. I seriously hate them. I'm trying so hard not to say anything on here that's gonna get me nuked, but I'm telling you, I hate them.
Yeah, I mean, look. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. When this shit is over, remember these motherfuckers. Remember
it's
these
the motherfuckers that do it over and over again.
Dude, when it's over, all of these motherfuckers are going to act like, oh, yeah, wasn't that terrible? Yeah, I had nothing.
Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah. Fucking, I can't believe it.
Really?
Like, I just don't.
But mark my words, there's gonna time when that's gonna fucking happen, and
I think
that's
what,
when you have to have fucking receipts for those motherfuckers.
I think what irritates me the most is everybody's being real careful what they say. You know what I mean? You notice that? Post, nobody's saying anything. Somebody, I think it was Tugs. Somebody said that they're fucking, what was that? The comic review. I can't remember what it's called, but they did an article on Ed, and they left out, and they mentioned excerpts from his will, but they left out, they redacted all the names of the people that did this to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
family members, his fucking nieces and shit.
People are being real fucking careful, and I don't know why. I don't know what you think. Oh, you're never going to get a job in the comic industry? Take it from somebody who got blackballed. It doesn't make a difference. If you got talent, cream's always going to rise to the top, dude. You don't have to kowtow to motherfuckers.
Yeah, but here's the thing is they have an unfair advantage. Like when I went to the bookstore and I go to the American comics section and bam, what's in my face? Alex fucking DeCampi. Does anybody buy that shit? Does anybody read that shit?
I don't think they do, but why is it even in the store? Why are people carrying these books? I mean, these people are fucking dangerous, dude.
They are
dangerous, and
they are. You
boys, this is the first time I watched your boy Zach in a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? But the shit he said he went through the war. You know what I'm saying? And he served in the military, all that kind of shit, and he's never seen anything this dark. You know what I'm saying? They went after a special needs person and had him kill himself. That's what happened. That's the truth. You want to know the truth? That's exactly what the fuck happened right there.
It's another fucking head for them to put on a spike. You know what I mean? They've got a nice collection. God, it fucking irritates. Yeah. No, look, these people are sociopaths. But what you said before about a mob not being a colony being, right?
Right.
That it's not one fucking person. It's a bunch of individual motherfuckers, each and every one of them making that fucking choice, each and every one of them with free fucking will.
And I hope you're fucking happy. I hope you're fucking happy. Every last one. Don't go back now and say, well, I didn't know all the facts. Well, then you shouldn't have said fucking anything.
They don't care. If people call them out on their bullshit and put them on blast, they'll backpedal, right? But inside, are you going to suddenly? Do you think that any of these motherfuckers
don't let them backpedal?
Oh my God, I didn't mean for anybody to get hurt.
Yeah, that's what they always say. That's what they. What did you think was going to happen? It's like JDA. You seen his latest video?
No.
Oh, he's backtracking like a motherfucker now, isn't he? Oh God.
What's he doing? Is he backpedaling now? Like
Oh yeah, he's backpedaling. It's so sad to see something like, bitch, you helped. You did it. You know?
Yeah. Fuck that guy. He has blood on his hands. Yeah, for sure. You know, it's like when, you know, you watch these fucking anchor people on like cable news, right? That are aiding and abetting fucking genocide, wholesale fucking slaughter, war crimes and shit like that. And I guarantee you, they'll be like, "Oh, I didn't kill anybody."
It's like nobody has any goddamn integrity anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't.
It's a dead concept in America. It's dead.
Fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, that's why when I find people who are honorable, I fucking weld myself to those motherfuckers. And that's what we all need to do, is fucking find all the fucking cool people, weld ourselves together, because there's sociopaths out there, man. Mean.
There is. Absolutely.
Motherfuckers with no fucking conscience, malignant fucking narcissists. And you know what? They can just fucking pick up one of these and destroy a life.
You know what's funny, and somebody mentioned this, is that we're like, all this just came out, right? Well, this never happened recently. From what they're saying, this happened like a year ago, right? And
the texts,
the text messages, or maybe longer. They said,
but I get these cases mixed up.
Apparently, when he signed his deal for $75,000, $75,000 deal, and he had that gallery, all this stuff was happening at once.
Yeah,
they reached in their little black bag and they pulled this shit out. You know, I think they already had the bullet and the gun, and they were ready to fucking shoot. You know, they were just waiting for the right moment.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I did not fucking think.
Somebody pointed that out, and I was like, God damn it, they're right. They're right.
I hope they're not.
It's crabs in a bucket, dude. Crabs in a bucket. Christ. Or, you know, somebody's so worried about their position or their money. You see where I'm going with that? Like, they're like, no, we can't have anybody else taking a piece of this pie, you know? So
that's, yeah. I hope to God that that's not true, but
it's just funny, dude, because once it hit, like, his cons were canceled, his gallery was, the deal went up in smoke. And this is all in his letter. This is all in his suicide note.
I read it. It was heartbreaking. It was fucking heartbreaking. And that's the thing about people who are like, oh, well, that's what guilty guys always say before they off themselves. Yeah, whatever.
Who's saying that? You say, God, I wish the internet was real. I wish I could actually go through the computer and punch motherfuckers in the face. I'm telling you that right now. Like, that's the problem. Nobody's been punched in the face enough.
Well, that's the thing. There's the internet and there's the real fucking world, right? And that's why motherfuckers like JDA can just fucking hurl all kinds of shit they want, sling fucking shit at you all fucking day like a fucking.
That's right. You're absolutely right, dude. Like,
and they never have to worry about actually running into the people whose lives they are and livelihoods they are fucking with. And I guarantee you, if he actually were to run into somebody that he fucked over, his fucking legs would start trembling.
No, you know what that little fucking coward would do? He would have his cell phone out and it'd be like 911 on speed dial is what it would be like. I'm telling you. He'd have his camera out.
That experience, bro.
Nobody.
I'm lucky enough to have had that experience once in my life where somebody that was fucking with me online, I ran into them face to face, and the dude just oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I'm just like, dude, and it wasn't even anything that serious, but it was just like, yeah, you were calling me all these names. It's like, yeah, it's me. Hi, pleased to meet you. And I wasn't gonna fuck with this guy. I would have felt like a bully. He came up to here on me, right? But it's like, oh, I'm so sorry, right? It's just like, I'm telling you, man, these people are fucking cowards.
They are. Now I'll be straight with you. Like, I think I'm getting so pissed off. It's because I also lost a friend this past week. Me and that motherfucker, we bonded over a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like men. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I mean, it was a brutal fight. Like, he was taller than me. He had about fucking 20 pounds on me, and we tore into it. I was new, and we were both just fucking. I guess I want to. I'm not a badass, but we're like two alphas when we're teenagers. A little too much testosterone running through our system, and we
For sure.
we went at it, you know. But afterwards, the next day, we were best fucking friends, dude. That was the beginning of a friendship, like a real friendship. And it's
the sort of thing women can never understand, man. You can never understand.
But it was
that's a masculine thing right there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't think people have had. I don't think most of these people that talk shit online has ever been in a fight. They don't know what it's like to have to like pay the toll for their transgressions. You know what I'm saying? Like Absolutely. Even in the most mild way.
Well, it's you know, it's like you try to get into the heads of these people. It's like I used to work in the mental health field, and so I'm not an MD, right? I'm not a fucking mental health care professional, but you spend enough time in that field, you're gonna start finding yourself diagnosing people. You can't help it, right? All you can do is acknowledge, yeah, I'm diagnosing people again. Yeah, it's bullshit, probably. But in some cases, man, you can just go check down the fucking sociopath or fucking narcissist checklist. Borderline personality disorder, shit like that. I'm telling you, man, these people are these motherfuckers specifically are a menace. They're a menace and they're a cancer. They're a cancer.
Keep talking, Brian. I gotta go take care of something real quick.
All right. He puts me on to fucking freestyle. What I should do is I should show off some of the dope ass fucking art. Can I share my screen here? Let me see. Well, Lodging in charge. Oh, but he has to approve it. Yeah, I mean, look, I understand when people are upset about this kind of a thing, the right to be upset about it. You always hope that when there's like a big tragedy like this, that people will somehow learn from it and grow.
People don't learn and grow. Not unless
I don't see that happening.
Like pain is food for growth. You know what I'm saying? Like
it can be, but you get too much and you can go under.
Well, that's true too. But I'm just saying, like, I don't think any of these guys had like, look at, like, I'm not an expert on Ed Piskor, but I can tell you this, like, when I heard of him, the stuff that he said, like, he came from a poor family. You know, his dad made major sacrifices to send him to art school. You know, not just art school, but the Kirby school. And I don't know, dude, like, I think because of that, like his career wasn't just handed to him, you know.
No, he's somebody who had to work. He's somebody who had to struggle. I think that's something that you identify with. It's something I identify with too, right? And you said like he was almost certainly like on the autism spectrum, right? That there was something off about the guy, right?
My wife works with people like that, you know, and it's like she tells me stories all the time. But it's not. Let me see if I can put this the right way. I'm not defending the text messages.
No.
But look at the text messages. You know what I'm saying? What was the intent behind them? You know, like I honestly think it came from a place of innocence. Like anybody could see that.
I am inclined to as well. But that's the thing. There's some people that can't wrap their heads around it. It's just like there has to be something nefarious going on there.
But people are promoting this as these disgusting text messages. You know what I'm saying? Like just them, like the degenerate text. This is the type of shit they're saying over these text messages. You know what I mean? And then they're not showing them in order. Like they were trying to get this. They were trying to fucking put this dude under, and they're redacting. Why are you redacting the text if they're so bad? Why are you taking shit out? You know what I'm saying? If they're that bad, why are you blocking stuff out?
Yeah. And you know what? They've got the internet on their side. They're going to skate from this, right? They're not going to face any consequences.
No, Ed put them in there in his note. Trust me, I'm going to remember their names.
No, I'm going to remember their names too.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is, you know, have a fucking long fucking memory because these very same motherfuckers in 2, 3, 4, 5 years are going to be like, oh God, I remember that cancel culture shit. Oh yeah, it was terrible. Wasn't that just awful? Right?
God, I
They're going to
hope
act like
so.
they had nothing to
God,
do
I
with
hope
this
so.
shit.
But
I
usually,
guarantee it. I guarantee it.
I hope so. But the only way that's going to happen is if those people are held accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if I'm totally like there when like if there was a way, like if you come out and you say that motherfucker did something bad, then you have to be put under the microscope too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like
absolutely.
if you're gonna do that, then you have to be under it too. Now, you see what Jeff is saying right here?
Yes. Yes. I was just going to say, yeah.
Nobody has said we don't have a timeline on any of those text messages. You know why? Why don't we have that? If they're so bad, why don't we have a timeline on them? You know what I'm because we don't know when she said I'm underage. You see
You
where
know
I'm going
what?
with that?
Yeah.
Like,
And then I think in my own head towards about conversations I've had with people in the past, right? And like, at what age is it appropriate to talk about what, right?
but
You
he
know,
never said anything sexual. That's the whole thing. Like
I know, but it's grooming. It's grooming. He was working hard.
grooming.
He was working his magic.
From what I
So
understand, grooming was when two apes got together and they picked lice off of each other. I mean, that's that's the only kind of grooming I know.
yeah, it's cute when they do that. It's well, like I said, they're inventing new crimes, and all you have to do is be accused. There's a great fucking movie. Do you know about the McMartin case?
No,
McMartin trial. That was the great like satanic child grape abuse, right? I'm trying to censor
I
the
see. No,
language.
I understand what you're saying.
Right. And so it was like a moral panic. This was during the satanic panic, right?
Yeah.
And so there were these people that worked that ran a preschool, and they were accused of doing some pretty heinous shit. And then it turned out when they took a look at the fucking videos of the psychologist working with the kids, she was feeding them information. It was
No, I remember that. I do. Now that you bring that up, I do remember it. Yeah.
And these
Yeah.
people's lives were completely destroyed, and she went free.
I've
And
heard. Yeah.
yeah, it happens. It does fucking happen. There's a great movie, brilliant movie by Visconti called The Hunt with Mads Mikkelsen. Really his best performance about a guy who runs a preschool who's accused of like waggling his
Yeah.
in front of like a little girl. We know that didn't happen because the story's told from his point of view, right? And you see how this lie gets perpetrated and how his life just completely fucking falls apart and everybody fucking turns against him. It's a nightmare, right? And I'm thinking that's what happened to Ed Piskor in the space of a week.
That's what I'm saying, and that's another thing. The proof I have that he was on the spectrum is that he killed himself. That's the proof, because no normal every other person out there wouldn't do that. They would fight back. They would do all this stuff, but all he's saying was, "My career's over with. My family's threatened, and it's all me."
Yes.
So I have to take myself out of the equation.
Yes.
That's what happened.
Yes, and I'll be doing everybody that I love, I'll be doing them a favor.
Now, who does that over? Now, when they said, like the first time I heard about this from Hart this morning on Instagram, and I'm like, this has to be a joke. I was like, this has to be like a leftover April Fool's joke or something like that, right? And then I was like, there's just no way. Why would he do that? What? And then somebody commented and said, if those text messages are lies, that girl should be arrested for what happened. And I'm like, no way, dude. No fucking way. So I'm thinking at this point, like he was a closet, creep, and he was over here and he was like, he had photos on his computer or something like that. I was stunned. like the limited amount of evidence in the
Like
most
Nexus.
mild text messages you could
Nothing.
ever,
Yeah,
dude.
they had-
I was like, are
had
you
nothing.
fucking kidding me?
Yeah, and his fucking homie. You know what? I feel like going and getting
Both his homies,
burning that shit.
Street Angel. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fucking Tobriana. You know, no, fuck that dude. No,
How do you like really, motherfucker? Really? You know, I'm sure like for the rest of your life, all your fucking homies are gonna be like, well, I know Jim's got my back.
yeah. Good luck with that. Unless there's a deal on the table.
But it's fear. It's what I referred to before. It's fear. It's just like I got to get ahead of this, and like they're going to get him, and if I'm not careful, they're going to get me. So I need to snitch on him, or I have to like reject him, dude. It's witch hunt psychology. Have you ever read any books about about witch hunts and about how they're cyclical, right? How you can basically almost fucking like moral panics. Shit like that, the satanic panic, the fucking McCarthyism, all that shit. It ebbs and flows. It's one of those things. And we're in one. We're in one. We've been in one. Shit, we've been in one for fucking years now.
Like
yes, Jed.
The Buddha. Like in Buddhism, there's a saying: no man can hurt you unless you allow him to hurt you. See what I'm saying? Like,
yes. I had a Chinese friend who had to explain that to me. We were at a Chinese restaurant, and there was the fat Buddha, you know, like the Santa Claus Buddha, not the Thai Buddha, who's all skinny, big fat, jolly looking fucking Buddha. And she said, you know why he's smiling? And I was like, no. And she said it's because nobody can hurt him.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But that's
Ollie.
Like that's logical. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I just. Like, I don't think Ed could see that. Like, Ed.
No, he was fucked up. Look, people who take their own lives, because then there are people who are just like, oh, that's so terrible. Like, how could they do that to their family? How could they do that to their friends? Like, no, you don't understand.
That's not how he was thinking, though.
It's not, no. That's not, they're not thinking straight. They're not thinking rationally, right? It's a rash decision that they make, and when they make it, they think that it's the right thing to do.
It's sad.
It's super sad
that Ed took his life. I mean, as far as
terrible.
I'm just more pissed off about the process.
A lot of innocent people got wrapped up in that too, Spence. Yeah. What about the innocent people who got fucked? Right? It's like, oh well, there were commies, yeah. But they weren't spies. Yeah.
Like I didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm so pissed off of how this came about. You know? See where I'm going with that? Like these people should be fucking ashamed of themselves.
Yes,
they should be fucking ashamed of themselves.
They should be publicly shunned.
And people should hold them accountable. You want to make a post about that.
Yes.
But I want to see how many people do it. I want to see how many people like fucking just come down on them as hard as they came down on Ed and get them to fucking put them. What is it called? The Chinese call it a struggle session. Yeah.
A struggle session?
Yeah.
What is that? Like is that like a Chinese form of like torture?
That's when you're put out in a center of town and everybody makes you confess to your sins, basically. You know?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, but then right, but then you're turning a mob on a mob. Right? Or the ringleaders of the mob. But then again, it's like, that's why we had the Nuremberg trials, right? Okay, which one of you motherfuckers started all this shit? Right?
Exactly.
And singled those motherfuckers out.
I'm not saying get a mob together. I'm saying they should be exposed. You should go through their history. You should start looking at them under a microscope like they like to do that to everybody else.
Like doxing them? Oh my God.
There was no, they doxed him, didn't they? They doxed not only him, they doxed a bunch of people.
I know. But you see, that's a moral quandary right there.
But you see, that's how people get you. You know what I'm saying? Like they know that there's a line you won't cross, but they'll cross every line to make sure that you go down. You
I
know?
know, but here's the thing. But that's the thing. You have to have a fucking moral red line. You have to. That's what's fucked up about these motherfuckers. What sucks about them, and also why they have an advantage on us, is because they have no moral red line. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. They're sociopaths.
Yeah. No, you're right.
They don't feel guilt. They don't
Sometimes
feel
the only way you can fight fire is with fire. You know.
But yeah, but then you burn the whole world down that way, right? An eye for an eye.
Sometimes you have to. In the country,
fact.
in the country, we had to burn whole fields and demolish whole fields with fire, so that we can get new growth in.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, that's just something you have to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but then how do you go about actually doing that?
Right? I'm not saying. I'm not saying. No, I'm just saying that this is fucked up, and people.
It's fucked up.
And I know the sheeple aren't going to go ahead and not like jump on the bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? Like the next time this comes around. But
look,
I think I'm just angry because I think it should be a bigger deal than what people are making out of it.
I agree.
You know, and they're looking at the wrong thing. They're like, oh, it's so sad. Ed killed himself. Oh, it's so sad. But he did send these text messages. Nobody's looking at the whole picture.
People look, if you haven't read his his self-deletion notes, do so. So.
Absolutely.
He's very, very specific. He fucking names names.
I know. Yeah, when he was going out, he was like,
"These
"No,
are the
dude.
motherfuckers who killed me."
Yeah.
Yeah. Those people should be ashamed of themselves. But that's the thing; they don't feel shame.
No, they don't. The only time people feel anything is when something's taken away from them. These guys have the luxury of hiding behind their clout in the industry. And, if you come after me, well, I'll just blackball you. Motherfucker, I've been blackballed.
Yeah, you have.
I'm saying. You still here.
Canceled in an anti-cancel culture scene.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy, isn't it?
How do you even do that? Like, how is that even possible?
I don't know, dude. Just because the group we were part of lived long enough to become the people they hated.
Yes,
that's what happened.
Yes, CG's a dumpster fire right now. It's a dumpster fire. It's a dumpster fire. Sorry.
It's crazy, dude. And this bullshit about they're going to pay when they die. Come on.
No, that's
make them pay now.
That's no, I agree with you. They should be fucking shunned. They're trying to take away other people's lives and livelihood. Fucking ban them from the fucking industry. Never be in the same. Dude, who in their right mind
anybody
in a room alone with Alex DeCampi or somebody like that?
See, but look what Pops is saying right here. He says, saw people bragging about going after him and then acting like they care when he passed. You should be a fucking plague on their posts and remember and have fucking just remind them and everybody else that they're part of the reason why he was put down.
Fuck yes. Yeah. That I don't have a problem with. Social shunning, I don't have a fucking problem with, right? Treat them like fucking OJ or somebody like that. It's gross. And that's the thing. There are a lot of videos right now. Everybody's fucking talking about this in our scene. I know. And they're the people that you can tell that are like genuine. And then there are people that are like, oh, I'm going to get me some hits for my channel. Right?
Yeah. That's the most disgusting part of all of it.
Very obvious.
Well, I have nothing to gain by this. Nothing. I have 300 people.
Yes, no,
there is no monetization. There's no fucking super chats or anything like that.
Nothing. That's why you can also that's why people can understand that our opinions are our opinions.
Exactly. I do not care about subscribers. I could care less. It's just
if anything, we could get ourselves in trouble fucking saying the shit that we're saying.
I probably will. I'll probably get nuked. I'm sure there's some part of this rant that fucking somebody's going to isolate and be like, oh, well, he's fucking doing this, my
Oh yeah,
reputation,
no,
whatever.
for sure, for sure.
And
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Didn't Brian say something about hanging out with like a teenage girl?
it's a
And
good thing you're doing it on this channel. I want to see the horror movie club go away.
oh Jesus, Project Metal Beast next time.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome. I like the concept of making a werewolf into a cyborg. Like that whole
Well, giving it
concept.
like
is
a werewolf
amazing.
was like steel skin, right? Or
Yeah,
adamantium would be even better, of course. It's just like, yeah, it's a goofy movie, but it's fun. It's okay.
it's fine, Chad. It's no big deal. You see, Chad's one of those guys too. Chad's one of those duck down and get the work done type of guy. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
I just just fucking irritates me, dude. Like it's got
No,
me
you
so
gotta think.
fucking angry. Like the whole time I'm drawing today, I'm just fucking simmering. I wasn't even gonna do it. I wasn't even gonna fucking do a live stream because I was like, I was just so irritated. Like I was just,
But what?
I was to the part of anger where you're going to get in trouble. If you because you're going to say something that's going to fucking just hurt you in the long run or something like that.
Right, right. But then when you're in that state, you just cease to give a fuck, and there's a certain freedom in ceasing to give a fuck. And sometimes you have to cease giving a fuck for the sake of the truth. And
Exactly.
Keep
Well, lit.
real.
Like lit. I appreciate that honestly. Like I don't think you see the thing with shadow banning is that everybody knows you're banned. So like a lot of you guys didn't know what was going on, but there was a lot of shit that was happening, and it was all because I made comments. Not even comments. I was hired to do a job,
Yes.
and I had ideas that
Yes.
didn't jive with the other guys'
That canceled.
ideas. So
I still think that shit was a setup. I still think that was a fucking
probably was, dude. It probably was. It was just really fucking irritating. But you know what? Honestly, when it happened, I didn't care because I had already stopped carrying the CG moniker at that point. I wasn't the hashtag, so it wasn't.
I haven't flown it in a while. I haven't
Yeah.
flown it in a while, man. It's sad too because that's how I met. That's how I met all you motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Right?
like I said, like dude,
But-
like when the mainstream tried to cancel me, like blackball me,
Yeah.
it wasn't a big deal because I knew I wasn't there for clout. I'm saying I was there to draw books. And
Yes.
you can't
Yes.
stop like the cream
Oh.
from rising to the top. It's always going to happen, dude.
Dude, that's all we ever wanted is just to fucking make fucking comic books.
Exactly. Without fucking people trying to kill you. You know,
Without
I mean,
people trying to fucking kill you, but that's the fucking thing is that you've got people who don't have a lot of fucking talent, who don't have a lot of fucking discipline, who don't have a fucking decent work ethic, and so what do? They just fucking look at the person next to them and just try to fucking trip them up. Or what in the case of what happened to you, you got taken out of the equation because you were more talented than the person that canceled you.
I don't think that was the case. I think his ego was way bigger than mine. Chad's one of those talented motherfuckers too. So is Lit. Lit's super fucking talented.
Yeah, he is.
Like
Yeah.
if anybody ever tried to cancel you guys, you ain't got to worry about it because talent always rises to the top. People are always going to buy.
Top.
Exactly. People are never going. You too, like Brian. Like nobody's going to be like, well, what's his name said I shouldn't buy Brian's books, so I guess I won't. Yeah. Nobody's ever going to do that. There's a few sheeple that'll go out and do that, but you know what? They'll probably back your book anonymously.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is we're dedicated to making. We want glory, right? We want to make beautiful books. We want to make beautiful books that people are going to love, right? And that we're going to cherish too. That we're going to be happy.
Yeah, everybody's just trying to plant their flag so people remember them in the future. You know what I'm saying? And
I was here.
some people
Yeah.
think like instead of doing books, they should just do controversial like fucking YouTube fucking
Well, that's because
program,
we have-
streams. I don't know, dude. I mean,
That's
that's
because we have some people that call themselves comic book creators, but they're just YouTubers with a comic book.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Unfortunately,
merchandise from the channel.
but unfortunately, ducking down and getting the work done, that's not going to get you a large following. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. And people just have, I mean,
Long game though, man. Long game.
yeah. And I'm totally cool with that. I do not give a shit about having subscribers. I don't. I just, fuck, dude, just
I'd
don't
like more.
fucking
That'd be cool, but whatever.
Don't keep taking people out.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bullshit. And it pisses me off.
And it's not good for you, man. It's not good for your head or for your heart if you have a fucking conscience. It's gonna fuck with you. What up, Luke?
Exactly.
Great to see you,
Yeah.
man. Speaking of
Luke's
fucking-
right. Luke, that's a tentative. That's one of the verses in Buddhism. You know, man can't hurt you if you don't allow them to hurt you.
Yep. Yeah, the mind can make a hell of heaven a heaven of hell. Yeah.
I just think like people are handling this wrong. You know, it's sad. Yeah, you're right. It is sad that he offed himself.
Super sad.
Now let's go hold everybody accountable that fucking forced this.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't see myself just like, following them around and just fucking dropping messages and fucking.
I get it. No, I totally get it. Yeah, I get that too.
Like, to me, they should be treated as moral lepers, right? Like, shit. I keep.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Like, don't associate with these motherfuckers. They're poison. You know. And every time they make a post about, hey, it's so sad. No, dude. You know, what about when you went ahead and you did this? You see what I'm saying? You fucking murderer.
Stupid. You never said or written anything fucking stupid. I say and I write stupid shit every day. 5 minutes later, I'm just like, shit, that's stupid. What the hell was I thinking?
Right? I will say this, like, Ed did go out like a boss. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh God, how did he do it?
Yeah, I don't know how he did it. I'm talking about the suicide note. You know, when he wrote that. Yeah, and look, let me, guys, if you read this note, this dude was meticulous about having everything in order. He had a will made up. He had all his stuff on a zip drive. He was, I don't know. Nobody does this. Nobody does this unless you're on the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's unusually detail oriented. Unusually detail oriented. Because the thing about people with autism is they very often have these like awesome like superpowers, like these.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what I always thought he was like a savant, you know, or something like that. Like he was really good at doing. He was obsessed with doing artwork, you know. But everything else was on a back burner, like being a social butterfly wasn't his thing. You know what I'm saying? Even the way he talks, like his speech patterns, you could tell like he's not.
And the Public Enemy hat and the sunglasses and it's like everything's just kind of. It's like
that all goes with the hip hop. Like
I know.
Yeah,
and the thing is, a historian too. That's the thing. It's not like he wasn't there, right?
No, I'm not saying he was stupid. I want anybody to take me the wrong way. Like I'm not saying he was stupid or he was like unintelligent. No, it's just that
nothing to do with intelligence.
People who are on the spectrum don't actually fit the social norms, is what I'm saying. You know,
they don't get.
And they don't. Exactly. They don't understand social cues or anything like. You know what they do understand? The one thing that they're obsessed about. You know, comics. Line weights, stuff like that. You know?
Yeah, no, I've got a friend whose son Jasper draws, also writes this really incredible, strange, cryptic poetry. Luke, he was talking about that before. I didn't even think about that, man. If that's the case, that somebody actually did this with a profit motive in mind, then it truly is murder.
He was sniped, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if they thought it would go this far, but I don't think they cared if it went this far either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they gave a shit.
If you're okay with destroying somebody's life and livelihood, their reputation, turning them into a social leper, I don't think you're going to really be too upset if that person then, self-deletes, takes themselves out.
No, because then it gives them more. Because now they're not in go after him mode. We got to mourn him. Let's have a moment of silence.
Are they doing that?
See what I'm saying? I don't know, but I don't follow these assholes.
Rug, man. I don't know what that guy's gonna fucking say. I don't know what he can say other than I was wrong. I'm sorry. I failed my friend. Right? If he came out and he said that, you people do have changes of heart, right? It does happen. Redemption is a real fucking thing. But if he said that and he meant it, okay. But otherwise,
it doesn't count. I'm sorry. I can't give you credit for that. You know what I'm saying? Because when the chips are down and your buddy was in crisis, you just let it go. You know what maybe I'm being a little too hard on him. I don't know. People are going to be people.
And maybe I'm being a little too lenient. Maybe I'm being too lenient. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm cutting too much slack. But I just think that if somebody truly is sorry for what they've done, then you can trust them. Because
what about these people who actually drove him to it? What about them? I mean, what if they come out and they're like, "Oh, we're truly sorry."
Oh, they can go fucking straight to hell. They can go straight to hell. Cancel culture is attempted murder. Yeah, thanks, Lit. What other outcome does it leave the target other than death?
There's a story about a girl in Texas, right? I don't know if you heard this story, but she was dating this guy, and this guy was on antidepressants, and she talked him into suicide. Like he was in his truck, and he was like, "I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna shoot myself." She's like, "Do it. I want to hear you do it." And then he was like, "I don't know." And she's like, "No, you have to do it." And he shot himself. He killed himself. They put her up on charges. Like, she's still in jail for that shit. What's the difference?
I don't know that there is one. I don't know that there is one. I really don't. Yeah. Once again, it's like, you hope that girl was heartbroken and that, that she was sorry for what she did.
How is this fun? How do people see this as being fun too? I mean, you gotta have I got a sick sense of humor, but this is way past my sense of humor, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
a sick sense of humor usually conceals a pretty gentle heart, in my experience. We're talking about sadism. We're talking about getting off on somebody else's misfortune. That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about cruelty, right? And I have a very short list of sins. The greatest of them is for sure cruelty, without a fucking doubt. Cruelty or a complete indifference to human suffering, right? These motherfuckers, some of them were just like, "Oh, you know what? This will fucking give me some fucking clout. I'll do it." And then you have people that are fucking out that are like, "This will give me some clout. I'll do it," and they've got a fucking raging hard on while they're doing it.
I believe you, but like, let me, for example, my a friend of mine, his girlfriend's dog died. Right? I mean, there was blood everywhere. She had heartworms, and she started. He walked home, and he came home, and there was this blood. It looked like somebody murdered, somebody.
Oh no!
And so I was like, "Oh, it was just a dog." So I poked fun at him, until I lost my dog, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is what this feels like." And I had to go apologize. I don't think these people have been through this kind of shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they.
Redemption, right? It's fucking real. So you hope that maybe some of these motherfuckers will genuinely be sorry. Like I said, if I don't know how Jim Rugg feels right now. I mean, to fucking have backstabbed his homie, and now he's done something that can never be undone. That's on him. That stain is on him.
See, that's the problem. Is you can't go back a year from now and be like, "Dude, I'm so sorry. I never had you back." You know what I'm saying? No, dude, he took his life, dude. Like, there's no. Yeah, you were going to dissolve your partnership after, you got your books published and you got all these followers and all this. Yeah, it's too late now, dude.
Yeah, but here's the thing. People do have changes of heart. Like, you got to change your heart in that situation, right? So, but once again, it's just like, that's my faith talking,
Yeah. I'm inclined to believe this right here.
I'm too optimistic. I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. I don't know, man. I don't
I think for
know.
people who do it over and over again, I think it's a form of it's a drug at that point. Like they get a
Oh
rush out
yeah,
of
they
it,
get off
you
on it.
know?
They get high.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they get high off that shit.
Like
Yeah,
this is being
that's like
empathetic.
fucking
This is
hardcore
about
heroin for these
this is
motherfuckers, man.
yeah, exactly. That's well, what are you gonna do? I mean, you're gonna kill yourself? You know?
Nudge, nudge, nudge.
Tell me how you gonna do it?
Yeah, no, I
Gallows
mean,
humor.
the world would
But
be a better place without them. Let's just put it that way. The world
I'm
would be a
inclined to
better
agree,
place.
dude. Like I don't know, dude. Yeah,
It's sad. It's
just
really,
fucking
really
irritates
fucking
me.
sad.
I wonder,
The only-
are they going to
yeah.
cancel? I mean, Ed's wishes is that they keep going with cartoonist kayfabe. You know, I can't watch that shit from here on out. You
Who
know, I just
can?
can't.
Who can? And here's the thing: if they do it again and they don't fucking address this, that's going to be the elephant in the fucking room forever.
Even if they address it, dude. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I can't get on board with this. I can't
And
do
it's so
pretend.
sad because, man, you know what? I hope somebody saves all, that all that stuff doesn't get deleted, right? Because those episodes, if you're a comic book fan, are priceless. They're
Oh, they
really,
had
really
some. Yeah, they were awesome, dude. Like
yes.
even going
Here's
back in
was
Wizard and looking at all those old Wizard articles were brought back a lot of memories. I mean, hopefully they do archive it, but I don't know if I'd be able to watch it again, dude. To be quite honest, I mean, looking at that little conniving bastard's face on there, I don't know if I could do it.
no, I don't know if I could either. I don't know
It's
if
like tainted.
I'm trying to say fuck those motherfuckers.
Yeah,
And then, but that's the thing. It's like, now, you know what their punishment is? Everybody for the rest of their lives is going to know that they fucking turned their backs on their fucking homie. That as soon as shit got hot, not only were they not ride or die, they were just like, well, you can take care of yourself now. Bye.
yeah. You don't understand. They threatened me too. So if I back you, all my shit can get taken away too, and I don't need them going in my history and looking at my. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what it sounds like.
Fear, bro. Once again, fear. That's what fucking motivates fucking people, man. It's not even greed so much as fear that is just perfect for fucking controlling human beings, man. The part of your brain that deals with logic and just like clear thinking, it literally pretty much effectively shuts down when you're afraid. That's why fear is such a great way to control people. But of course, it can also fucking backfire on you.
I've had fear. I've had lots of fear. You know, it's just
dude,
once you fear, it's not as bad as you think it is. Like the world's not going to come to an end. You know?
No. That's what courage is. You can't have courage without fear, right? Like any soldier will tell you. Like any guy that's on the battlefield that isn't afraid is a fucking lunatic, right? And you don't want to be anywhere near that motherfucker. Courage is perseverance in the face of fear.
Exactly. But you got to understand, they never just went after him. I mean, yeah, it would be a different story if they were like, okay, let's just go after. No, dude, they went to his parents' house, dude. You know how fucking sick is that, dude?
That was where it really, really got out of hand.
And they had the news media go to his fucking house, like the news, dude. I mean, come on. And this, like you said, this isn't a big town.
The neighbor, imagine that your elderly parents are fucking hanging out in their fucking house, and a news crew is coming by to film them in their houses to talk about their depraved son.
Yeah, the depraved son that had these mild ass text messages. You know what I'm saying? Ed Piskor. Do they even know? I don't even think they knew what it was all about. I think they just saying, "Oh well, famous comic guy,
right?"
And he's got this tag on him now, so let's go fuck him up.
So yeah, let's go fuck him up, and it'll be a good
rating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, those motherfuckers have blood on their hands, for sure.
I don't watch the news. I don't care about Fox or anything else. I just don't.
It's on a local station, I think, right?
I don't even do local. I do YouTube. You know, people on the scene with their fucking phones and all this shit. You know, and
yeah.
It's
the fact that fucking CNN and fucking MSNBC and all that shit, the fact that Fox, the fact that all that shit is on YouTube and trying to take over is so comical because it's just like, no, we came here to get away from you, motherfucker.
Exactly. It's like, no,
So they
I
have
don't
to
want
fucking tip the fucking scales with fucking algorithms and shit.
No, whenever I see that come up in my news feeds, I go to "This is offensive," and I find this offensive. Please do not show this on my feed again. You know?
Oh yeah, check out my bitchin' new gaming PC.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I'm gonna fix up the next up is a desk, and then I'm gonna have the Imaginarium set up. Hopefully this week.
Sweet. I'm about to bring this stream to an end. I'm just really pissed off about this whole fucking thing, and I think it's just compounded, over the past week. Too much death this week, I guess.
For sure. Yeah. Rest in peace, Ed Piskor, and rest in peace your friend too. I'm really sorry. Sorry to hear.
See, Luke's got a point, and Luke said the same thing we both said. Actually, just watching Rugg roll over Piskor is a prime example of why it's important to make sure you only surround yourself with quality people. Exactly, dude. Everybody's got their shit, but it's
yes. No one's perfect. I'm fucked up in all kinds of ways, man. But I keep my word. I try to keep my fucking word, and I try to fucking have my friends back.
And that's all you can do.
If I lose my friends' backs, the only thing in life, like that's one thing losing like my entire family all at once taught me. The only thing in life that can't just be taken away from you is your honor.
Integrity. Exactly. I don't think people teach honor anymore, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people.
No, it's not a concept. That's why it's great for also getting people to behave.
Guys used to have a code. You know what I'm saying? That code was beaten into you at birth. Like, somebody chooses you, don't back down. Don't ever lay your hands on a woman. These sound like, but it's a code. Like you're supposed to repeat this to you. You're supposed to have it beaten into you.
Man. You have to believe in fucking something.
Exactly. Sam, you're coming at the tail end, dude. I'm about to end it.
Like usual. You bum. You bum.
A little late, buddy. Yeah, dude, I mean, nobody has a code anymore.
Brother.
And the fucking internet's the Wild West. That's why, dude. It's because nobody's being held. What, you're going to get your station taken down, and then you come back with another name or another email and get your station put back up. Yeah, I mean,
it's like, dude, people don't even have consequences for their falsely accusing.
There's no consequences.
No, but even legally, I know. It's like it should be a direct thing. As soon as you get proven, like somebody accuses somebody that goes to court, and it's proven that the person lied, it should be automatic. Retribute, sentence towards them, not you having to fucking file another complaint. And so, no, it should be automatic.
I think if somebody comes out and they're like, I'm exposing this motherfucker, then I think all their DMs, private mess, everything should be exposed to. I think if you're going to do it, then let's see what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a lynch mobs. It's there's an old song that in one of my favorite movies, it's Mob Rules.
Mob does rule, actually. You're right. It does.
Two fools. I was so mad when that record came out because that was like the first non-Aussie. That was like the first Dio. And now I think that fucking album slaps. But back then,
I love that album. But I don't know, dude. It just.
Yeah, no. It's really, really fucked up. It's terrible. You hope whenever something horrible like this happens, that it kind of brings some people around, that it sobers them up. But I don't have much hope.
No, dude, it ain't gonna sober. This dream isn't gonna do shit. Let me put it that way. This isn't gonna do a goddamn thing.
At this point, it's 2024. Okay, if there's no like criminal file, they didn't call the cops. They didn't fucking file a complaint. It's just fucking on YouTube or Twitter or social media. It's attention grabbing, whatever. It's something weird behind it, and it shouldn't be like what happened to innocent until proven guilty.
No, you when you're being tried by your peers, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody, you're automatically guilty. You know?
I know.
And I think that's the
And,
problem.
and it shouldn't be that way. And especially that dude, he's known all of them for so long.
Did you read the text messages, Sim?
Yes, I did. I read the text message. It's really taken out of context. I read his fucking 5-page too. Like I told you, it's something that really, really pissed me off as well.
Like,
And don't get me started. There's a lot of people trying to monetize it, and that's something that's even pissing me off.
There's some messages that Sim sent me that if I put the right inflections on it, it sounds like he's trying to, he's trying to mac on me. You know?
Yeah,
Right.
it's like your dick pic.
You're
I can
sexy
monetize that.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and it's not gay for me to say that you're sexy because I'm not. It's not a subjective opinion. It's an objective observation.
I think anybody who fell into this mob needs to really, next time shit like this pops on,
Think fucking twice.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
I think you better see proof before you, and I mean see proof, not I heard. You know what I'm saying?
And that's some out of context fucking thing that was like 4
Exactly.
years ago. Yeah.
Make sure if they put text messages up, there's dates on there with time stamps, not this other bullshit.
Dude, I still have access to fucking DMs like on Twitter, like on X, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
of people that, and you still have access to all this shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't go away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
And
The
it's weird
internet's
when you
forever.
see people taking them out of context or highlighting shit and going. Metals has two sides. There's always two sides to a metal. And when people are trying to show you, one side is the only side, it's like a magic trick. Look at this hand while I'm fucking you over with the other one.
Well, like, what's the old saying? There's 3 truths. There's your truth, there's my truth, and then there's the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And it's always the same. And sometimes, something's going to happen to you with somebody else because you're my friend and I care more about you than I would that person. I would have a reaction that would be like biased for sure. But you need to be able to take a step back and go, whoa, hold on.
Well, people don't have any fucking integrity, dude.
It's
That's what I'm trying to
critical
say.
thinking,
Like,
yeah.
it's like, well, no, dude. If I back you, then I got shit to lose too. Like, what the fuck? I don't want them coming after me. I just have to do Fantastic Four. I don't want to.
Yeah. Once again, that's why I'm like, fucking well.
They tried to do that to that chick with Fiendish. Remember that?
What, the Rini?
Yeah.
What did they do?
They tried because she said she was going to jump on a CG bandwagon, and then they came out and they were like, "You shouldn't do that. You're not going to get any work in the industry." And she's like, "You haven't hired me to do anything anyway."
Yes. And not a single one of you fucking backed my fucking campaigns. But whatever. That wasn't Alex DeCampi. That was that other bitch. What's her name? Heather Antos.
Heather Antos, yeah.
Yeah.
And was
It's all the same thing. It's all the same fucking tactics over and over again.
They're just kind of like a hive mind, but the thing is,
let's call it the Whisper Network.
Too.
And from what I understand, like, is she doing badly? I mean, from what I understand, she made a ton of money off of Fiendish, right?
Yeah. Well, she's like a fucking rock star, right? She's young, she's female, she's cute, she's got a bubbly personality, and last but not least, really, really fucking talented.
Yeah.
Right? When we first met her, it was just like, honey, you're gonna be a fucking.
It's always the untalented motherfuckers that are trying to cancel motherfuckers.
Yes. You noticed that, right? Because they don't want to fucking get in the ring with you and
You got to control the talent.
Who's the better fucking man, right? They want
You might be more talented than me, but I'm gonna make you do what I want you to.
And it's so fucking. I can't imagine how fucking lonely their fucking lives are if that's the fucking headspace that they inhabit, man. That's got to be a fucking hideous fucking place.
Yeah.
I don't envy those motherfuckers. I really don't.
I don't either. But I gotta head out, guys. I gotta go
All right,
do
brothers. We
the
need
family
to,
thing.
All right, we need to.
Y'all take it easy.
Talk shit and and also kibbutz over fucking our respective projects.
Well, tomorrow is the horror movie club, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
gonna be
tomorrow is Spaghetti Western Jamboree,
Oh. cool.
motherfucker.
All right.
And yeah,
Yeah.
Day of Anger.
I have to be honest. I'm a lot less angry than when I first got on. I could have.
It's called
I could have through
venting.
nails. Dude.
bro. It's called venting. Sometimes you need to do it.
Yeah. All right. You guys take it easy. We're out of here.
Peace and love,
Bye-bye.
everybody.